This is Josiah Plays Rue Valley. Alright, we're looking at the menu screen here, as usual. It's interesting that this motel shown on the menu screen does not actually look like the motel of the game. I don't think. I don't think there's any place in the actual game where you would have this view where it would look like this. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Right now we're at the max gas, I believe, and we're about to use the Wi-Fi here on Frank's phone to search some stuff up. The edges of the phone are worn and bruised, like cobwebs. The cracks on the screen have been there for a while. And there's Judy the astronaut, her face locked in a perpetual smile like a bad case of rigor mortis. Can I call someone? Great idea, if only you knew anyone here. Alas, it's not like you've swapped phone numbers with anyone. Dial your own number. I mean, okay. Brilliant. Who wouldn't want to have a riveting conversation with themselves? You can even leave a voicemail about how much you enjoy your own company. Your service has been temporarily suspended due to non-payment. Please make a payment to restore service. Temporarily suspended? What a perfect description of your situation. Alright, let's check the internet connection. You glance at the internet settings and notice that the phone is connected to Max Gas Wi-Fi network. I almost had a Direco wipe situation right there, Knox. I'm like, my gas is swift. What is that? Yeah. Direco wipe. You know, you know. Looks like the internet works. Let's check the email app again. Before it loads, the app notifies you that it's properly connected to the internet. Yeah, I know. The inbox is full of unread emails, mostly promotions and notifications. Buried underneath all of that junk, you see some messages from real people. A lot of personal stuff, but also some weird things among the rest. Let's get into that personal email juice, because we're nosy. If you were hoping for a treasure trove of information, there's only disappointment here. Seems like Frank's not too keen on emails. There's a message from a familiar name, Ben Fleming, and another from Rosetta Simmons. What's Ben up to? What you been up to? Time loop would be hell on an inbox zero person. There are people that have no messages in their inbox? That's madness. The sheer number of emails I have in my... you don't even want to know how many emails I have, because not only do I have about 10K unread emails, then I have so many years of emails that I did read and just didn't delete. Like, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of them. I might have 30,000 emails in my I might have 40,000. Like, legitimately, because this 10,000 unread didn't even take that long to build up, because it was only like a year or maybe a year and a half ago, that I actually cleaned out all my unread emails and got it down to 0. And now it's already built back up to like 10K. So who knows how many, because I don't delete emails that often. Most of the time I just read them and leave them in there. So yeah, it's easy to say that I have at least 30,000 emails in my email. And you'd be like, oh, maybe he puts them in different folders to organize. No. No fucking folders. They're all just in the inbox. The inbox usually 0, work and personal. It's crazy. It's not even human. Doing pretty good, Aquabrow. Downtime in Austin after a work conference this week. Cool. Yeah. I've heard Austin's a cool place. My uncle lives near there. He's got a ranch near Austin. I've never been there. I've been to Texas once in my life. I went with Jimmy to Texas once to visit his mom. And we were only there for like 2 days. And then we drove back up to Colorado. I had a trip planned to Austin once, but didn't end up actually happening. Alright. What's Ben up to? When the male subject is thought of you, you don't know what exactly to expect. The whole email is an image. A man with his face stuck under the hood of a car, smoke billowing from the engine, sun setting behind a cliff at his back. There's a caption as well. When your car breaks down by the roadside, at least you have a good view. Who makes these memes anyhow? Knowing our world, there's probably a whole department of monkeys armed with typewriters somewhere, cranking these things out by the ton. Yeah, you're not supposed to mess with Texas. It's true. It's true, Aquabrow. Who the hell is Rosetta Simmons? Frankie, you're still not returning our calls. Hope you're taking care of yourself. Paul and I are coming to the Valley for the anniversary. If you can't be at the memorial, let us take you out to dinner at least. She might be gone, but you're still family. So these would be like Judy's parents or something. Yeah, like hell Frank went to that dinner. Yeah, like hell Frank went to that dinner. Always judging by your own standards, aren't you? Let's check how many mails there are. You have thousands in your work email? Probably 90% of it are spam mails from our system. Your discount worksheet has been posted. Yes, I know. I literally posted it 20 seconds ago, and you don't have an option for me to shut it off. I actually really like getting little confirmation emails like that when I do something. Just so that I know that whatever the thing I did was, like, actually went through. Like, I'll go and I'll schedule payments for all my credit cards and stuff, and then they'll send me an email immediately. You scheduled a payment for this credit card. And I'm like, good. I got the email. I know that it actually went through. Alright. Check how many mails there are. You scroll and scroll. The list seems endless. You'll have to come up with something else. Still seems like rookie numbers. Endless rookie numbers. Let's look through the promotions. You don't mind it, but it's so mundane. Getting an email telling me my stream has started? Yeah. That would be funny. Getting an email that just says, you received the last email we sent you. We're just letting you know. We see that you read the last email. Thank you. A list of offers from online shops, mostly for car tools, spare parts, and radio equipment. That seems okay. We already did this. Radio equipment. What do you mean? What a man can have. Okay. I was hoping there'd be something new there, since we are now connected to the World Wide Web. Let's open the strange emails. These are all about sorcery and shit, I guess. Because Doctor Strange. There's a number of emails with the exact same subject, and you're not sure if they're part of a chain or different emails. I'm impatient. Open up the first email I see. A mail from 1125241_11125 says, if you are right about the source of the signal, we discovered something big. Big! I'll expunge this whole account. You do the same. Before deleting the account, remember to manually delete the whole archive. Source of the signal. For once, Frank's carelessness works in my favor. Before you go all smug face, wait, there's even more. Frank sends another email straight after the last. We have to continue listening to the signal. You know you spent all your luck when you found this email without having to slog through the pile of them? Sure hope it was worth it. To your surprise, 1125241_11125 responded. Didn't I tell you to delete it all? Do you want them to catch us? Shut it down? Ooh, them, they were the worst. Your mind starts reeling with questions. What signal was Frank chasing after? What's its source? It has to be something about Judy, because that's what he was obsessed with. I think he was obsessed with proving that the accident was no accident, or that it wasn't Judy's fault, and that the company was to blame. And he was, like, investigating that. The motherfucker had, like, the board up with all the little thumbtacks connected with pieces of red string and shit. Does anyone in real life actually ever do that? Do any actual detectives actually do that? Or is that just a thing from movies? And what's the real identity of this 1125241_11125 person? Who could be so paranoid? Alex K. That's who. He certainly fits into and quite possibly overflows those paranoid shoes. But you have nothing on this except your gut feeling. And you know you can trust your gut feeling. It got you here. Oh no, not a decisional check. You might as well just say you're gonna fail. I don't think I've ever made a single check in the entire game. You just can't make them. Watch. Nope, too impulsive. It's no use. One is a name, the other a seemingly random string of numbers. Just thinking about it makes your brain hurt. Your body burning with the need for action. Let's do this the old-fashioned way. Muscle movement. Be it of legs or tongue. Browse through texts. Check the most recent again? No. We wouldn't need Wi-Fi to have had the most recent texts, because the texts come through on the 4G, 5G, 6, 8G, whatever level of G we're on in this reality. Not enough. I'll wait for the next one. Do another search. Oh, let's try Signal. Now, this we haven't searched before. Phone spews a whole lot of nothing. On the top are 3 texts, all from today. The first one is from Double T, please. That's Anita. unopened. The next is from Boss Lady, surprisingly open, and lastly a text from Smiley Riley, also opened. But didn't I already look at all these? I don't... email again. A seemingly endless list of emails summons a mental picture of a room buried in waste. A pile of plastic bottles serving as a sofa. Oh, so Asmongold's room. A lot of personal stuff, but also some weird things among the rest. But what happened when I tried to check the strange emails? Open one at random, see what happens. A mail from 112524_11125 says, "You're right of..." Oh, but that's the same one I already read. This is all the same. I have no idea. Alex. So, do I need to go talk to Alex? Is that what I need to do? Impossible. Hashtag impossible. Whenever it says check, what it just means is we were pretending there's a game mechanic here, but actually, no, you can't do this thing. You managed to bring the phone back to life. Unfortunately, it won't stay that way, but at least now you know where you can do it again. You know you can charge the phone whenever you need it. What is this one? The mysterious signal. Frank was trying to catch some radio signal. This signal must be somehow connected to the time loop. He had emailed conversations with some mysterious person. Their email is 112524_11125 at email.com. At email.com? That sounds fake. Is there even an email.com? Not even Gmail. Not even Hotmail. I can't believe I'm still using a Yahoo email address as my main email this many years into current time. What does that mean? Isn't it always like the maximum number of years into current time? Like, is there ever a time when you're like fewer years into current time than some other time? I guess technically every single year that passes, you're one more year into current time than other people were. But like the sheer number of years into current time you actually are makes that one a year seem kind of trivial and meaningless. Really does shed a light that Disco Elysium really did an awesome job with the faceted skill set. Yeah, it was considerably more in depth as far as that goes. Here's what this game feels like to me. Okay, so imagine you've got a professional author, like a renowned novelist who's written tons of books and is extremely well reviewed, considered to be a great author, right? You know, and he's like 50 years old or something. And then you go back and you read that guy's writing from when he was like a sophomore in high school. The talent is clearly there, right? Like, you can clearly see his potential, but like compared to how he writes now, you know what I'm saying? You know anything about a signal? Oh, wow. I can just straight up ask her about the fake email address. This might come out of the blue. Are you familiar with this email address, 112524_11125 @email.com? She squints, her eyes darting all across your face. The probing ends with a sigh.
You look almost normal. I would have never guessed. But since you're here...
She sighs again, this time not from frustration, but resignation.
When the sun sets...
She stretches a hand towards you like she's giving you the proverbial microphone. Oh, it's like a fucking passcode. What is this bullshit?
So you don't know the password?
There's confusion in her eyes, and something breaks.
You know what? I don't really give a shit. That email's one of my brother's pseudonyms. It was, at least. I'm sure he's using some other equally stupid name.
Alright, so it is Alex's email. Just curious, what was the proper response? Grabs a little black notebook and flips through it.
I think for this week it's, a Watcher in the Dark Awakens, I guess. Since you're looking for him, Alex is back at our house. Like he is ever anywhere else.
Oh, good. That's convenient since I've already discovered an easy way to break into your house whenever I want. Okay, bye. Also, your diary was interesting. Don't ask. You don't want to know. That's it. Thanks. You're welcome. I never would have guessed you were one of Alex's associates. Oh, I'm not doing her voice. You're welcome. I never would have guessed you were one of Alex's associates. Well, live and learn.
Now, was there anything else?
Wait, this means Alex, your mysterious email participant, is the metalhead from K Ranch. No shit! I just got an email telling me you've received an email. What? Catch up, narrator. Obviously. Alright. Keep silent. Don't give me one of those for the audience, like, we assume you're dumb. Like, idiot paint. I've been playing a game lately. I've been playing New World. And when I'm playing it, oftentimes when you need to, like, climb up on ledges and, like, get on top of something, there'll be that little bit of, like, white paint for some reason on the edge of, like, each rock and each thing that you're supposed to climb up on. And you know a lot of games do that, right? You've seen it in a ton of games. It's always like yellow or white or red or like some bullshit that they put on places where they want you to climb. And I call it the idiot paint. I hate the fucking idiot paint. Yeah, or yellow tarps, that sort of thing. Like, do not give me the idiot paint. I want to figure out my own way to climb up there. By giving me the idiot paint, you ruin it. He had email conversations about it with Alex K. You should be able to find him by going north from the motel and then turning left after the belt and following the road to the Yeah, I know. I've been to his house like 100 times. Thank you, idiot paint. Back in the old days, when I started playing computer games, they did not tell you anything. Quest journal? Not a thing. Markers on the map? What map? Oh, you think there's a map in the game? LOL. Like, they wouldn't tell you shit. They'd be like, you need to get the Minotaur's horn from the Cave of Death Gas. And that was it. There was no, where is the Cave of Death Gas? Which direction is the Cave of Death Gas? What fucking continent is the Cave of Death Gas on? Nope. Just Cave of Death Gas. Good luck. Go forth and find that shit. I remember the reams of graph paper I went through for the old NES dungeon crawlers. Oh, right? Yeah, I remember using graph paper to make maps for some of those old games. Like, I remember using graph paper a lot for, like, the Bard's Tale games. Knox knows what I'm talking about. Alright, we're going to... the K house, which means I need to go up to the Kuiper Belt. Yeah, the receptionist knew that you hadn't left the desk area in order to lose your key card in the room, which, honestly, it's kind of sad that that's impressive. Like, oh no, I'm not gonna have time. Because I can't drive the sports car to the K house, can I? No. I have to get out and go down these stairs to get to... Okay, I'm gonna run out of time on this loop. Yeah, like, it was really impressive that they actually had her say, you haven't even left the room. What do you mean? You lost your card? Because most games do not do that. It's always a pet peeve of mine. Like, every time I talk to an NPC in a game, and they tell me to go away and do something, I always talk to them again. Always, if it gives you the option. Because I want to see if they have anything else to say. And a lot of times they'll say something that very directly implies that they think you left and came back. And it always annoys me. I'm always waiting for a game to be like, you haven't gone anywhere. And the fact that they actually did that in this game made me really happy. Yeah, I'm still with you. I tied your shoes together. What do you think about that, sir? Of course, that was in a different timeline, I guess. Yes, and I have a question. Actually, I don't. Never mind.
All right, then. That's it for today. You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Come on, you thief!
I don't suppose Riley knows anything about
I'll
this
break
signal.
you open if I have to.
Probably not, but...
Sure. Wow.
Nope. Just immediately leave. Okay. Whatever. So yeah, we're going to the K Ranch. Yeah, and Wizardry. You know, I didn't play very much Wizardry back in the day. Played a lot of other... I mean, I had a couple of the Wizardry games, but I barely played them. I didn't really like them. Alright, we go through the secret passage in the tool shed. Alright. And wait, what's this now? Thank you for that, the signal. I might have played that. I feel like I remember playing some Wizardry game on SNES. Wait for the song to finish. Alright, is he gonna point a gun at me? I do know the password this time. Start knocking before the next song begins.
Pops? What's the password for today?
Apparently I'm not giving them the password. Let me in now!
Hands up!
How dare you order me around?
Hands fucking up, I said.
Alright, I guess you can order me
Who
around.
the fuck are you? What are you doing in my house? Who sent you?
Time to stop with the bullshit, Alex. I know you are 112524_11125 at email.com. Tell me about the signal.
No. You're full of shit, pal.
He peers into your eyes and his arms shake a bit. The cannon posing as a gun rattles in his hands as he lowers them a little bit.
How the fuck did you find out?
Your own sister betrayed you.
Well, shit. She must be sick of me. Again.
Does all this have something to do with Judy? You fucking forgot who has a gun here! And with that, the massive barrel is pointing at your chest again.
You think I'll tell you anything?
It's unnecessary, but he waves the gun at you for emphasis.
Get the fuck out of my house!
I'm gonna ask him about the equipment. Yeah, demand something from the guy holding you a gun. But what's he gonna do? Shoot me? I'm in an infinite time loop. I can't die. Oh, I can start calling myself UB Pursuer again. Okay, well, that's a fun bluff, but I have to be dramatic, you guys. I need access to your equipment. Life or death situation. Help! Please! Please!
You're acting like a lunatic! Stay back!
I'm not the one waving a gun at somebody who just innocently broke into your house. Look, I know it seems to you like I'm a stranger that broke into your house, but trust me when I say I've been in this house so many times that, to me, it's like I live here. Going back to early wizardry games, felt like many of the dungeon floors were barren besides the labyrinth and random encounters, especially the first wizardry. Yeah. I was more into the Ultima games and obviously the Bard's Tale games, but there was also a bunch of other random crappy RPG series around that time that never really went anywhere, like Fantasy and like or a couple of other ones that I remember playing that pretty much fizzled out after, you know, after 1985 or something. 1989, 1988. Do you remember, oh, there was a series called, well, oh yeah, I definitely played the shit out of Eye of the Beholder. All of the Eye of the Beholder games. Every SSI D&D branded game that came out, I played a lot of. Some of them are really bad, though, like Heroes of the Lance. Yikes. But I consider those kind of like a second wave. Those games came later, after the old original classics like Bard's Tale and Wizardry and Ultima. But there was this one series called Alternate Reality. There was a game called Alternate Reality The City, and then it had one sequel, Alternate Reality The Dungeon. And I played so much of Alternate Reality The Dungeon. I loved that game. It was one of my absolute favorites as a kid. But that series never went anywhere. They never kept making, and they had planned to make like 7 of them. They already announced like what the titles of them were going to be and everything. And then I guess they went out of business. I don't know. All right. You're acting like a lunatic. Stay back. The cannon in his hands twitches as he raises his voice, but it remains pointed in your general direction. I beg you, it will take only a moment of your time.
What are you talking about? You show up at my door and claim you need my equipment? Why?
It's got to do with Coral Destiny and their mission to Mars.
Coral Destiny?
Anger in his voice is clear and present. Yeah, exactly, Nox. See, you know what I'm talking about. They're supposed to connect to each other and stuff. Yep. Yeah, I'm Jack John Lawson, the private investigator.
So what are you investigating, Jack? And who's paying you?
Apart from being angry, he seems a tiny bit curious. Don't tell anyone, but it's the CEO herself who hired me. His face turns red and the gun starts to shake.
So you work for them. You ain't getting to the equipment no-how.
Well, that didn't work. You just made him angry. But you're in a time loop. You can always try to convince him in a different manner. Or you can try a different approach.
Now, start fucking walking.
Start walking. Alright, you're gonna call your cousin over at the cops and blah blah blah.
Hey, cuz. Cuz. Yeah, it's Alex. Yeah?
And then, of course, Wasteland. The original Wasteland was one of my absolute favorites from that era. It was so good.
Listen. Listen! We had a little home invasion. Again. No, not like last time. No. No, there's a motherfucker here, and I've 20 minutes? All right. Shut the fuck... No, I'm not talking to you. Now we wait.
Waiting for the end of the loop. I hate this guy. He's always such a pain in the ass.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
I have a question, but I really don't.
All right, then. That's it. You should go and check.
The loop is only 47 minutes, yeah. The guy is tough nut to crack, and you're not much of a nutcracker yourself, but maybe if you put your mind to it, you can find enough strength to overcome him. He's really starting to annoy you. Still don't know what that lightning bolt symbol is, but I'll commit to it because I have all of the inspiration that has ever existed. Fuck this guy. Next time you see him, jump on him, grab his gun, teach him a lesson. Who he thinks he is. You're not going to let him stand in your way. Not when the only answer to this time loop hides behind catching that signal. I don't actually know that the signal has fuck all to do with the time loop, but whatever. I'm gonna bust that guy up. I'm gonna bust him up. Gonna bust him up. Doot doot doot. We're gonna bust him up.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Alright, let's just go. Okay, Ranch. What's the worst that can happen? I already basically died once and came back. I mean, I guess I technically didn't die. I was just like right on the verge of dying. And then the loop resets, so I don't know if I actually die. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's GG. What if I go into his dad's room and I get this pistol that's in here? I don't know if this pistol is even operable or if it's an antique revolver. It can only be a dust magnet. See, the reason I thought was because it always lets you click on this and it's got like an orange highlight on it like it's interactable. So I thought, you know, the principle of Chekhov's gun applies here. You don't have an interactable gun in a cabinet if you're not going to be able to use that gun for something. But maybe they haven't heard of Chekhov, so... If I could do anything in that situation, I'd be very tempted to say, yeah, now you're going to call your cousin, but he won't get here for 20 minutes and it won't matter, etc. To freak him out with the premonition. Interactable. Listen for the song. Start knocking.
Pops, what's the password for today?
He's asking his own dad for a password, which is also funny.
Hands up! Who the fuck are you? What are you doing in my house? Who sent you?
Let's try to disarm Alex somehow. Oh, it's a check? Oh my god. Of course it's a check. Well, forget it then. He's too far away though, you'll have to get closer. Talk to him slowly while taking a step forward like they do in the movies. Sorry, I'm too extroverted. Hey, come on, buddy. There's no need for this. Just put the gun down, okay? He's not buying your shit, but don't stop talking. Never stop talking. We're on the same side here. Let's talk this through.
Stop talking and back off!
Okay, this didn't work as expected. What now? Decisional check, which I'll also fail. Approach him and disarm him, somehow. Nope, too impulsive. Jump at him with all your weight behind you. Here we go. Am I about to get shot, finally? Oh, it worked. I'm in his room. Both of you fall down, wrestling for control of the gun.
Ah, let go!
The now obvious fact that neither of you has any combat training to rely upon doesn't mean much, as you quickly realize that despite his appearance, this man is all sinewy muscles. Reckless. Headbutt him! It's actually a good move. Although, just judging from the animation I'm seeing, you really don't have the positioning to headbutt him, but whatever, whatever. Just do it. Can I just knock myself out? A deafening bang shatters the air. Something erupts in your gut, searing and immediate. Oh, he shot me.
Oh no. Shit. Shit, shit, shit.
I got the status severe bleeding. Hot, hot blood begins soaking your shirt. The world narrows down to the urgent thump of your heart. Dark liquid life is quickly escaping your body. Each heartbeat feels like a countdown. Trouble staying awake.
I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. It was an accident.
It's alright, there's only 6 minutes left till the end of time. His voice is cracking with panic. I'm dying!
Nah, you're not. You're fine. Just fine.
But his voice tells a different story. You're not fine.
Stay with me, man. We need to get you help. Don't you dare pass out. I'll try to stop the bleeding somehow.
Just let me die in peace.
No, you won't die, pal. You can't die.
Before I die, just tell me what the password was. Your nerves scream and burn, as if half your stomach has been mauled open, and the only thing preventing your guts from spilling out is your clothes. Ron Howard, he was not fine. What is that from? But somehow, you don't really feel the pain. Your body's calculus of survival seems to have spared you the full horror for now, leaving only shock and the dread of what comes next. Arrested Development. Ah.
I'll call an ambulance, yes. Wait here. Of course you will.
Before I die, just tell me the exact series of statements I would have had to say to you to convince you. It won't matter anyway, because I'm gonna die.
Hey, Cody. Listen, cousin, I fucked up. No, man, not that fuck up. Just listen to me. I shot a man. Think he's dying.
Oh no, I got excruciation. Agonizing pain is all you can feel. Just make it stop. I've got 4 more minutes of this to endure. As Alex spits out the D word, a conflagration of pain finally engulfs your whole being. Time to face the truth. You are dying. Mother! Let the tears flow. Ah, motherland! She can't help you now. No one can. Like a churning ocean, the pain floods every strand of your nerves. It overwhelms you. It's getting harder to breathe, to think even. It's getting harder to just be.
You know, I don't know. No, please, cuz. Shut the fuck up now, come. And bring Vet Jones.
Oh right, Alex is still here, persisting in his futile effort to save you, to pull you from this pit. No problem, you can save me, Alex. It's just a check. Have you died before the loop ended before? Well, I wrecked my car really badly, and like all my bones were broken and all my blood was coming out of me. And I was basically dying, but I don't know if I technically died before the loop end or if I was just about to die. Rising on the unrelenting waves of pain, your sense of being begins to drift, pulling away from your body. Soar higher. Excelsior! You force yourself to rise into the ephemeral heavens, but some silvery strings are still holding you back.
Nah, he's still alive, I think.
Let Alex go away. Let it all go away. Yes, there's little else left. Focus on the pain of passing. Focus on the dying. Shouldn't be long now. Oh, I'm no longer in excruciating pain. The waves of pain have stopped beating against your carcass. The last vestiges of strength and consciousness seep away with the tide of your life's blood. Curious, no light at the end of the tunnel for you. No light, but all this blackness is comfortable. And it will welcome you into its embrace. Into the void. Boom whoosh. Well. Looks like I'm fine.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
The words you hear are fuzzy, like sound through a pane of warped glass, and your eyelids are firmly shut. But one fact cuts through everything. You're alive. Somehow. The feeling of the all-too-familiar couch beneath you grounds you, every spring and seam still as uncomfortable as ever. Maybe I'm dead, and this is the afterlife. Does the afterlife come with hourly sessions? There are worse ways to spend eternity, probably. Lucky for you, that does not seem to be the case.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Open my eyes. For once, Dr. Fink's face gives you something like relief. The bushy eyebrows, the tired concern in his eyes. It's not just him, though. The room's familiarity steadies you. The couch, the clock, the box of tissues on the table. Everything's in its right place. But there's a wrongness creeping in. A feeling rising slowly, then faster, like a forest fire boosted by a rising wind.
Mr. Harrow, are you all right? What happened? You sort of phased out.
Ignore him and follow the feeling. I can't fight this feeling anymore. It swells fast, a cloud of volcanic ash about to bloom. The driving wheel of your awareness is being yanked away from you. You slide to the back seat of yourself, a passenger watching the show. His face is so close you can smell sweat and copper. Fingers slip on metal.
Let it go!
It plays like a rerun you're a part of, and you can't press pause or stop, completely aware of what's coming next. The almost deafening bang, the rupture and the blood, the mind-numbing, soul-crushing pain. I surrender! You're safe. It's gone. Well, mostly. The discomfort, almost pain, remains, lingering like an echo. I have an excruciation echo. The pain itself is gone, but the memory is a live wire. You don't want to go there again. +2 introverted, so my extroverted is no longer as high, but it's still high enough that I'll fail any fucking checks. And +3 sensitive, so my sensitive is now ludicrous. Okay. Making me temporarily guilt-ridden. Why would I be guilt-ridden? Comfort, almost pain remains lingering like an echo.
Mr. Harrow, who are you surrendering to right now?
I just remembered the rather painful experience.
I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes talking about the past stirs up things you thought forgotten, even repressed. Whatever it was, you're safe now, far from the source of your hurt, and you're in the best place to process it.
I'm just remembering this time that I got shot 30 minutes from now. Whatever it was, oh, he just said that. Safe, maybe, but the discomfort lingers at the edge of your mind, like a silhouette by the roadside at night, refusing to fade. Still hurts, Dr. Fink. It still hurts!
I understand. Sometimes sensations outlast the memory itself. Pain can linger some time after the recollection has faded. It will pass, slowly but surely.
He studies you carefully, weighing your words against your expression. Then he scribbles something in his notebook before focusing back on you.
With that in mind, I feel obligated to show you some techniques that should help if this happens again.
Techniques?
First things first, always ground yourself. Both feet on the floor. Breathe deeply. Then, focus on what you can see, hear, smell, touch, even taste. Strong memories can overwhelm us, drag us back into the past. The way out is to anchor yourself in the here and now, to shift focus at the present.
Motherfucker, for me, this shit just happened 3 minutes ago.
Let's try it. Focus on your surroundings. What do you see? How does it smell? What can you feel under your fingers? Any particular sounds?
It smells like dust.
A fair point. Though I'm not sure what dust smells like, except in books. Maybe that's my cue to clean this place.
What do you mean you're not sure what dust smells like? What kind of fucking hipster thing to say is that?
Focus on touch now. Put your hands on your knees and tap them alternately. Left, right, left, right. Slow and even.
Who made this crap up? Alright, let's follow his exact instructions. You tap each knee in turn, settling into the rhythm. You're not sure what you're supposed to feel or if it's even working, but for now, you trust him.
It should be a little easier now. How do you feel?
Same.
I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes these techniques take time before they start working, but they do work. I can assure you of that.
Is there ever a time when these techniques do jack shit? What's the percentage of time?
I recommend using them whenever those experiences overwhelm you.
Yeah, next time I get fucking shot in the stomach, I'll tap my knees rhythmically. That'll solve everything.
In any case, we'll return to this memory during our next session. All right then. Now, you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thank you. Oh, I'm just going straight to bed. I can't even be fucking bothered. So it's now just you, your thoughts, your questions, and that lingering feeling that won't abate. This is real shit right here. This is me. I always have excruciation echo. Start with the obvious. You're alive. Not entirely okay, but moving and breathing. The lack of okay might have something to do with rising from the dead? Whatever the cause, it was a disturbing experience as a whole. It still is. But it's over. It happened, and now it's gone. You're in your room, a safe place. All you need to do is cool down, breathe, let it pass. But it's not working. 3, look at the Minotaur patterns on the ceiling. See, Nox understands how you deal with this shit. You just have to watch the hallucinatory Minotaurs. And everything becomes better. Probably because of the thought that keeps pushing to the front of your mind, elbowing left and right. I need to get into Alex's room and use his equipment. Right, so what went wrong the last time? Let's start from the beginning. It began with me walking straight up to him. You were confident. So confident it made him feel threatened. That was your first mistake. You needed new tactics, so you just threw yourself at him, your full weight, hoping mass would do the work. Another mistake. Strength without focus is nothing, a wasted effort. So you both ended up on the floor, rolling and clawing for the weapon, 2 cavemen fighting over a sharpened stick. It began with the game giving me a couple of skill checks, right? Like, here's the thing. In the beginning of the game, when you make your character, it forces you to put these points in to different things so that you suck at all the checks. Right? When that makes sense, like, oh, in the beginning, you know, your character's really messed up mentally and you've got all these psychological problems. So you've got all these problems, so you can't make any of the checks. But what I think would make sense is, like, over time, you're earning a way to get rid of these things. You know, to reduce the number of points so that you can actually make checks, theoretically. But that's not happening. You're not reducing shit. All you do is get conditions that give you even more mental problems. Alright, 2 cavemen fighting over a sharpened stick. No ground gained, only breath and panic and metal between you. I headbutted him to get an advantage. Yes, and it backfired. No, it stomach fired, actually. Stunned him and you, and he was much stronger than you anticipated. All in all, you gradually lost control of the situation. If there's one takeaway, it's this. Never lose control. And that loss of control made him stop. Think he's in control, but in fact he wasn't, and stop! Your voice echoes through the empty room. Silence follows it, the only answer to your plea. Look, press 1 in chat if you have had to say stop to your own mind because it's thinking things and you want it to shut up. And you said it out loud multiple times, because I do that regularly. Or if there was something with Dr. Fink at the start where certain dialogue trees options would let you rearrange those points significantly as the game progresses. Yeah, or if, like, there were things you could do in the time loop that would give you mitigating factors, which there were, but like getting tipsy or taking the purple pill or different things that worked, that made your things better, but you only can ever do them once, and then it won't let you repeat them in future loops for no reason, because the booze is still there, the purple pill is still there. Like, there's no reason I shouldn't be able to use those things if I want to, but it just won't let you. So I think it really just doesn't want you to ever pass a check. I think it just doesn't want you to pass a check. Your voice echoes through the empty room. Silence follows it, the only answer to your plea. That moment is too much. You don't want to face it. Hell, you don't want to relive it ever again, in your head or otherwise. Yet, you still need that equipment. I mean, you have an infinite fucking time loop, man. If I wanted to disarm him, I research online, because I can get on the internet, watch some videos from some experts showing you how to disarm somebody with a gun, practice it for like 100 fucking loops, and then just go in there and do it. You have an infinite time loop. You can learn any skill you want. Haven't you seen Groundhog Day? Or just go in there and keep talking to him, but try saying slightly different things over and over until you find the exact series of things to say to make him trust you. You have an infinite time loop. It's not that hard. Learn the time loop, noob. Have you seen Palm Springs? I'm going to assume that's a movie. And I'm going to say, I don't think so. Tipsy and Purple Pill seemed like it was a tutorial of an example of how to affect the points, but then the game pretty much stopped utilizing it. Yeah, exactly, Nox. Throw rocks at his window, etc. to force him out of... Light his house on fire, right? And then just hide in, like, the shed or whatever, and when he runs out the front door, you run up there and... Or just, you know, like, get a gun myself. Or, you know, like, I mean, I don't know if I could get a gun myself. I can only get to so many locations in the time frame. There might not be a gun anywhere available. But I'll bet Maxine has one. You bet your ass Maxine has a gun behind that counter. Time loop movie with Andy Samberg. Yeah, one of the characters approached that time loop in that exact way. Became an expert in quantum mechanics and used it to figure out how to escape the time loop. See, I mean, that's what you got to do. Then again, laziness also doesn't go away. Like, just because I was in a time... If I was in an infinite time loop, I wouldn't suddenly be less lazy, right? So, my laziness would probably prevent me from applying myself to mastering a skill in the time loop. Total lack of motivation, yeah. I think I'd find being in a time loop pretty comforting, actually. If I know that nothing bad is going to happen in the next 47 minutes, and then the 47 minutes is just going to repeat, and, like, I know I don't have any future that I have to worry about. Like, I can just live out that 47 minutes and do anything I want within it without having to worry about any unexpected event taking place. That seems really comforting, actually. Still need that equipment. I can try talking with him again. It didn't work the first time or the second. It won't work no matter how hard you push. See, that's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. You're telling me if you could talk to somebody an infinite number of times, that you couldn't eventually work out the exact right series of things to say to them? Because each time you could press them for just a tiny bit of information, some tiny hint about themselves, or, like, you know what I'm saying? And eventually you could, like, I don't know. This seems like I wouldn't even need 10 times. I don't think. Realistically, I wouldn't even need 10 fucking loops to get that guy's trust. But I'm also not this guy who's full of issues. I'm perfectly well, what's the word I'm perfectly well, what's the phrase? Well adjusted. I'm perfectly well adjusted and have no mental health problems whatsoever. Completely issue free is how you often describe me. Yes. A man of staggering mental health. Maybe I should look for the equipment somewhere else. Ooh, Dr. Fink? Let's get real. He's the only one. Okay, another thing that seems pretty obvious to me at this moment. Frank obviously had this fucking equipment too, because Frank and him were discussing listening to Signal and doing the shit with the radio. So Frank's got to have his own versions of this shit. We know it's not in his hotel room because we've been in there, but that means it's probably in his fucking shop at the Max Gas where he worked. Why don't I just go look for Frank's stuff? But apparently not. Who, Dr. Fink? Let's get real. He's the only one. I could cobble together my own version of his gear. You're missing tools, materials, and a manual. Even the loop has limits, and these are impossible to bypass. Hashtag impossible. Then I'm out of ideas. I guess I give up. You fucking win, game. You fucking win. Just give me a game over screen. Not quite. What if you could find a gun too? Okay, I did already suggest that. And as soon as he opens the door... No way, no fucking way. I already regret it. Whatever, he'll only be dead for a few minutes. He'll be back the next day. What is the problem? Look, I feel like ethics become very different in a time loop. Like, why is it bad to shoot somebody dead in the real world? Well, it's bad because you've just ended their life, and the rest of their life is gone forever. They never get to live, and all of the people who love them have to suffer and be sad. In a time loop, they're dead for a few minutes, and then they're just back again in the next time loop. Like, nobody suffers, nobody has to mourn. They get to keep on living out their 47 minutes as many times as they want to. So why not kill somebody in a time loop? Think about it. In a sense, it's the most moral thing you could do. Then fuck it all. Fuck Alex for blocking the gear. Fuck his gun. Fuck the loop reset. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Then again, if you aim well, it will minimize his suffering and make it easier on your conscience. One bullet could end it in a moment. No risk at all. No risk for what? It's just an idea. Thoughts that lead one to another. A mental experiment, nothing more. Unless those friends are suffering, then you have to witness them suffer over and over. Right. I mean, everybody's undergoing some kind of suffering, right? Like, I'm sure he wasn't just sitting there perfectly happy and happy in every way and content. So in some way, he was already suffering. So by me shooting him in the head and ending that suffering temporarily, I'm basically just giving him a reprieve from, you know, his own sadness and misery. You're welcome. Josiah's Kids Show. Josiah's Kids Show. Listen, kids, if you're in a time loop, just start killing people. But you should totally explore other avenues. Look for a better solution. Who knows? Maybe there is another way. Oh, that's enough. So I wasted the first 26 minutes of this loop, which is very realistic to me. I'm still over-inspired, which is ridiculous. Okay. What does it say? That didn't go as planned. You can't just bring your fist to a gunfight. Hold to give up. Shoot Alexander K. Seems you'll have to take an extreme approach in this situation. Are you really ready for that? Again, there's so many other ways I could do this. Like... It seems like there's a lot of ways I could do this that don't involve shooting him. I really like the idea of lighting the house on fire. Or try to get Maxine to call him and like ask him to come to the shop or something, or I don't know. He tried to subdue Alex, but ended up bleeding on the floor. I mean, I didn't even try saying, "It is I, king of the crazy radio dudes." Alright. You need to find yourself a firearm. Can't bring your fist to a gunfight. Ask around, bother people, search the internet, do you. I mean, the most likely person to have a firearm is Maxine, but I doubt, hey, Maxine, could I have a gun so I can go shoot your brother with it? That probably won't work, I'm guessing. Riley might also have a gun. But why would anyone who has a gun give me a gun, though? Maybe the antique has new options. If the pill stopped working, the gun could start working. Oh, check out the big brain on Brad, Tim. It's a good thinking. That's a good thinking. Okay. Well, let's call Ben and find out if he has a gun. Absolutely. Perfect. The connection beeps once, twice, 3 times, each sound an echoing drill in your skull. Why are we in a time loop? Actually, we are. Okay, then here you go. Yeah? Yeah. Ben, do you own a firearm?
Yeah, man, just let me go.
Phone line is stable and you can hear Ben clearly, yet he sounds distant, like he's speaking from the other side of the wall of dreams.
You can't think about it. My brain hurts when I think about thinking about it.
I promise I won't make you think anymore. Just tell me, where is your gun? Yet the words don't reach him. You think you hear Ben haphazardly humming over the loud music, yet you can't be sure. It's no use. You'll have to break him out of the stupor somehow. A verbal kick in the balls will do. Benjamin Fleming! Police here! Security check! Where is your weapon?
Oh! Shit! Fuck!
Noise overlaps with music from the other side, like his phone fell down. Then the music stops.
So sorry, Mr. Police Officer. I got a bit lost.
Man, too bad Alex isn't as dumb as this guy. He's definitely more present now, but still sounds distant, like he emerged from a great depth. His throat raspy from all the water he coughed out.
It's still a safe, officer. I mean, it's in the safe. It's all according to the new law.
Even across the ethereal distance of the phone line and without any visual cues, You feel panic swelling in Ben's chest. It is so strong.
The new regulations, they did everything. I did everything. No one touched the gun but me. It hasn't even been passed. The law is not active. But I assure you, it's all according to the new regulations. No worries.
How about you start making sense, Mr. Fleming?
So sorry, sir. I'm telling you, everything is up to the letter of the law. The new law.
I have to go now, officer. A serious panic attack is coming right up. The line is dead. And somehow, I feel calling him again next loop wouldn't achieve much. Once again, unlike in Disco Elysium, which gives you a ridiculous number of options, and you can go back and talk to people you've already talked to over and over and like say different things to them. This game is always like, well, you tried talking to him once and said one very select group of things. I guess there's no point ever talking to him again. Like, what? Going to say Sam Zero this evening? Ooh, Sam Zero! Ah. You're absolutely right, is what I would like to say, but I can't say that because you're wrong. It's Dr. Thunder Zero Sugar. Streak broken. Whatever streak you were on, it's broken. You're now in Failure Town. Your hopes of learning the whereabouts of Ben's gun are bleeding out on the proverbial floor, quickly dying. There is a very specific level of conversation in this game, yeah. There's a specific level of tired. It must be in the lost and found room. Everything's in there. You sure about that? And have you seen that mess/fortress? Who's going to explore all of that? I know, it's not like I have an infinite time loop. Wait, what is it? Dr. Thunder Zero Sugar? Dr. Thunder Zero Sugar, yes. You should have known that, frankly. Honestly, your guess was infantile and foolish. I'm very disappointed. What the fuck with this railroading ass narration? Right, Tim? The very thought of just looking for the firearm all over again and again makes you feel tired, let alone doing the deed. He did insist it was all in accord with the new regulations, though, over and over again. Alright, so I look up the regulations on the internet. Maybe call the real police and ask about them? That might shine some light on where Ben stored his weapon, or at least give you an idea where to start the search. Jump through very specific hoops. In some ways, this game is like the old, some of the old adventure games, the point and clicks, where some of them had like Moon Logic, where they're like, there's just a very specific number of things you have to use on other things, even though you would never have thought to do that, and there's no real sense to it. But if you do that specific series of things, you can progress with the game, and if you don't, nothing else works. Sometimes this game's like that. You're going to bring up Moon Logic? You were too busy guessing wrong. Almost said Sam's Cola Zero Sugar after the new trick curveball the other night, but you did it again. Like Shadowgate, Monkey Island. Remember when I played Grim Fandango on stream during the 1st January? Grim Fandango had a couple of nonsense things like that. Might be worth calling the police and asking about the firearm storage regulations amendment. Yeah. Alright. Got us a mind map. Alright. Let's ask the police about firearm storage regulations. Bothwood Sheriff's Department, Deputy Sheriff Cody speaking. How can we help? Deputy Sheriff Cody is caught in a downward spiral of boredom, and your call is just an insignificant interruption in the grand scheme of things. I recently got the weapon and started wondering about storage regulations.
Oh man, do we really need to do this right now?
Even through the ethereal connection of the telephone line, you can feel the deputy's yawn. It's wide enough to swallow the sun.
Well, sure, I got time to kill. That's one tough question, let me tell you. To know if you're thinking about old or new regulations.
Is there even any difference between the two?
Sure there is. The new regs are kicking the balls, let me tell you. And the old ones from the 80s were a running joke since no one respected them.
I see.
So, it's always clear why old Bill Thatcher, the then mayor, pushed so hard for that law. There was enough military-grade caliber weapons around here to arm a whole battalion. Together with supporting artillery, mind you.
I see. And how are we supposed to store our howitzers? I think the highest streak I ever hit was 8 out of 8, but now you're throwing some new bullshit my way. New bullshit? It's just Dr. Thunder Zero Sugar. You should have known. Man. Look, every stream, in all of the things I say, I am giving extremely subtle hints. Sometimes it's a word, sometimes it's a phrase, sometimes it's an inflection, sometimes it's a weighted pause. But I'm giving very specific hints each time as to what I'm drinking. And I thought you would learn how to pick up on those, but now I see you haven't. Yeah, there was support and artillery, mind you. Okay.
Law from 85 made all that illegal. Old Thatcher had no other way to disarm the Walter Group.
The Walter Group. A weighted pause, cut the games. I'm sorry, did you say cut the games? Did you just say cut the games? Are we cutting the games? Just porridge detective work is necessary. Yeah. I don't know. Look, not everyone is cut out for sussing out the beverage. You know, maybe it's time for you to hang up your hat. Maybe it's time for you to let the younger generation have a try. Because you might have lost your edge.
I mean, you have to be dead dumb not to understand why old Bill wanted those guns gone.
Walter Group?
Well, that's local folklore. No wonder you don't know about them. They were a militia organization from the start of the 80s, led by none other than my grandpa, Milton Canis, and gathered around the ideas of Walter K. to nationalize the gold discovered by Apex Ore and distribute it to its rightful owners, us, the people.
How the fuck are we the people, the rightful owners of gold that someone else dug out of the ground? All these kids out here clamoring for the incumbents to step aside so they get their turn at Josiah beverage premonitioning. Exactly, Tim. There's people who can hack it, and there's people who can't. There's no shame in admitting that you're washed up. Washed up in Dr. Thunder Zero Sugar.
Of course, people liked that idea, liked it very much, but Apex Ore didn't. There were a bunch of tensions, so the Walter Group, well, armed themselves.
Okay, so they sound like a bunch of yahoos.
That's why I'm sure the law from 85 was meant only and exclusively to disarm the Walter Group. Even then, legislature worked for the rich, corporate vultures.
As always.
So, Cousin Walt and Grandpops faced a decision. Surrender the arsenal, or be declared a terrorist organization. Not much of a choice, eh?
You'll fade into the fizzy depths and let the next porridge intern bubble up. Nice. No choice is the easiest choice to make. That's a true statement. But I have to be reckless, you guys. So they decided to back out of the fight. Pussies.
Easy for you to say. Old Thatcher would have radioed in the army, and the group would have been staring at tank barrels and running away from strategic bombers.
Why did they even stockpile all those weapons if they didn't want to use them? Huh? Oh, it's a tank. Our small arms fire bounces off of it. Everybody's got problems.
That meant the end of Walter Group, of course, but Cousin Walter wasn't so easily stopped. Straight after the law came into force, he founded a political movement. For our children.
It's always for the children. As soon as somebody says that something's for the children, you know they're lying. No one has ever done a legitimate thing for actual children legitimately once in the history of humanity. Fuck this game, it gives you 0 chances to reduce your impulsive score. It maniacally selects every reckless option again. Well, yeah. I'm leaning into it. Yeah, this gold glomming militia seems to be the Walter Weight division. Nice, Knox.
My grandpops didn't join, though. He was a man of action. Not much for speeches, vote gathering and the like. And imagine, literally a day after grandpops left the group, Thatcher offered him a job as a chief's assistant with the Bothwood Police.
I want to live somewhere where everybody says police. Police work is in your blood, then.
Yes, sirree. The K-Nesses were lawmen even before we had them shiny badges.
We don't need no stinking badges.
Anywho, after the 3-month grace period expired in June of '85, Thatcher ordered grandpops to search the houses of former Walter Group militiamen. See, the old bastard didn't believe all guns were surrendered. Grandpops tried telling him that Walter surely didn't have no more weapons, that he's a law-fearing citizen, but the old bastard didn't want to hear any of it. And an order is an order. Of course, we found Dick squat. Cousin Walter got so angry with grandpops, called him a traitor, a bastard, all kind of nasty stuff. They never ever talked again. Walter didn't even come to grandpop's funeral.
Wow. This is getting intense. Listen, I feel like right now we are in the epitome of I didn't ask all that. But maybe I did ask all that. I didn't mean to ask all that.
Politics, pal. Cut you off from your own kin.
Well, wasn't that an unexpected but enlightening conversation? Since the fate of the Walter Group's vast stockpile of weaponry still remains a mystery, it might prove worthwhile to dig deeper, learn more about them. Let's bother random people until somebody spills all the beans about the Walter Group, as usual. No, they'll tell you the same story Cody just did, but with their own personal biases. No. In other words, the game developers are like, we're not writing all that. You need to get to the source, and since you don't know where Walter is, his room is a decent substitute. Where the fuck is Walter's? Oh, Walter's room is the room with the pistol. That is apparently non-functional because it's really old or something. But first, let's finish this conversation. You hear the sound of Deputy Cody munching something, but he didn't even tell you what you actually wanted to know. What does all of this history have to do with weapons storage regulations?
Did you listen to a thing I said, pal? New regulations are based on the law of '85. If it weren't for the old, there wouldn't be the new. As for proper storage, well, the old regs weren't adhered to at all. And the new, listen, if you want to follow them to the letter, it's like this. You need to have a special 14-gauge steel safe that's been approved by the ministry. Ammunition can be in the same safe, but it must be in a separate 10-gauge steel box in its original packaging.
Oh, shit. Separate 10-gauge steel box.
And the safe itself must be sealed by the sheriff and only unlocked by a fingerprint of the weapon's owner.
This new law brought to you by Safeco, maker of 14-gauge steel safes and 10-gauge steel boxes. Fucking, I hate it when big storage manipulates politics. What the hell am I to do if someone breaks into my house out for my blood?
Call us, the lawmen, of course.
So the fact that Ben has a weapon means not. It's out of your hands. There's no chance in hell that you'll just stumble upon his finger, let alone a fingertip. Come on, we could get Ben here if we needed to, if the safe was even here. We can get Robin to call Ben and make him come here. Like, you know, whatever.
And the worst thing, pal? Sheriff already scheduled visits to all registered weapon owners. Lucky us, and thanks to the 85 law, there is a list of owners. Otherwise, we would have to go house to house. Still, shit ton of work.
A register of weapon owners? After wading through shit, you finally struck gold. Wait for the next loop, call the board deputy again using one of your cheesy alter egos, and you'll have a list of every gun owner in Rue Valley in no time. It's just that easy, guys. The trick is to pick some flowers to the K Ranch, and when you're about to open the door, aim the pistols at him. Oh my god, Knox. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? That is a camera stare. That is a camera stare and a watt. Aim the pistols at him. Oh my goodness. Let's settle this like stay men. Okay, searching for Ben's weapon proved fruitless, but you learn that Deputy Sheriff Cody has a complete list of gun owners in Rue Valley. Let's try a call and ask him about the list of registered firearm owners. You learn that Walter Group's vast stockpile of weaponry still remains a mystery, so it might prove worthwhile to dig deeper, learn more about them. Since you don't know where Walter is, let's search his room for clues. Alright, before we just start going off half-cocked, following the proper leads and shit. I was gonna search Frank's phone, see if there was anything about guns in there. Okay, I got it's 8:29. Riley's already gone for the day. Jason, I think he might even be gone already. Yeah, he's already gone. Not that he was gonna say shit anyway. I could try to ask Robin or look around in the storeroom, but I think most of those are gonna be dead ends, but I'm gonna take a look anyway. She's off the phone at least.
How can I help you, Mr. Harrow?
Do you happen to have a gun? What a creepy thing to walk in and say.
I'm sorry. What?
I asked if you have a gun.
Ooh, no need to shout, Mr. Harrow. I can hear you perfectly fine.
Then why did you say what? No,
And yes, I've carried a gun since I turned 18. Perfectly legal and common around here.
May I borrow it to murder a man? Oh wow, it sounds miraculous, but Robin may hold the key card to your problem. Do you keep it in the same place as the master key card? Do you keep it in the same place as the master key card?
Well, yes. No. Well, not right now. Most nights they're inseparable like salt and pepper. Just not this time.
Don't you know you gotta keep your shit in a 14 gauge steel safe? I would hate to have to call police on you. While she's talking, she opens the drawer and looks for something you know isn't there. Her face goes rigid for a heartbeat, then she smooths it over and locks her gaze on you. She blinks slowly, lips curved in a silent smile, as if awaiting applause or waiting for you to take the hint and leave. Silence stretches on until a grin explodes over her face.
Just kidding, Mr. Harrow. I don't really own a gun. The scariest thing I own is a staple remover.
Oh no, I really fell for it. You hoped for a miracle and all you got was her shitty sense of humor. Even if I wanted to, my dad would never allow me to have a firearm. Alright, bye. Is there a safe in here? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, okay. So, Ben's safe must be at his house, wherever the fuck that is. Can I even get to Maxine before the time loop runs out? Let's find out. Excuse me, Maxine. Your brother wants to shoot me with gun. Can I borrow your gun to shoot your brother? Don't worry, he'll only be dead for a few minutes. Alright, I got 10 minutes. Oh, Riley's in there. They're having their whole conversation, right?
I still don't know what to make of Frank vanishing just like...
No, I've heard this part already. Oh, good, she's done. Alright.
Welcome to Max Gas. You need some help getting gas in that city car yard, or you want something else? We got no booze, mind you.
Are you armed by any chance?
Don't be silly, of course I am.
She pats the left side of her jacket with a movement strangely similar to caressing a pet. So, what are you carrying? In a blink of an eye, she reaches into her jacket and draws a hand cannon, polished chrome blinding in the neon light. The weapon is identical to Alex's. Your stomach burns with the memory of pain, fogging your mind. Unless shooting Alex is what ends the time loop. I mean...
This here beauty's a Thunderbolt 44. Lethal at 100 yards if you're proficient, 50 if you're novice, and if you're green, 0.
Right. Could we spend the next 50 time loops with you teaching me how to shoot? And then... When you say 0 yards, you mean it will kill the person who fired it?
You must have been the top of your class.
With a quick move, the gun disappears under her jacket, like it's not even there, but in a pocket dimension. Or just a pocket. No, but this lady's got to have a shoulder holster or something, right? She casts another look at you, but this time her brows remain furrowed.
Why did you want to see if I'm armed?
All right, look, we have a commitment, you guys. We have a commitment to saying the dumbest thing. I wanted to see if you're armed, and if not, to rob this place.
You're funny, pal. Even if you came in here in a tank, I'd still break every single bone in your body here. So better don't try no funny business.
Not exaggerating. There's no way in hell you'll ever be able to lay your hand on her gun.
Now, is there anything else, or should I throw you outside?
Well, I mean, I could cause some kind of ruckus outside. She has to come outside to investigate it, and then I fucking bean her over the head with something. She may have a gun, but that doesn't make her fucking wrench-proof. There's an open auto shop right next door. There's all sorts of tools in there that you could... I mean, I could use a little stealth. Could you describe the nature of the ruckus? Dimensional pocket. It's a new type of hot pocket. Will it burn my mouth? It'll destroy your mouth. Now, is there anything else, or should I throw you outside? Just looking around, you know. Okay, could have gone better. Comes in ice cold or boiling lava hot. Or just ram a car through the store. Right? No, forget about Anita's car. I mean, look, there's tools for days in here. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do on this loop. What was I actually supposed to do? Oh, I was supposed to go look around in Walter's room. I have to wait till the next loop for that, though. The phone has run out of charge. Frank's phone has run out of charge. So now I'm going to have Robin charge Frank's phone again. So I can, if I need to use it for whatever. Alright, let's fuck around on the phone until the loop ends. What's up, Dennis? How you doing? Hey, hey, hey. There's a thing in New World, Dennis, where you have to stop a boss, and the boss's name is Malik. Spelled the same way you spell it. Like, you have to stop Malik's evil plan. I was like, You good? Just exhausted? Big day? Big week? A lot of... Have you had to travel this week, or you just been at home? Boom whoosh. Excuse me. It's porridge time.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yeah, and I have a question, but I really don't. Does he own a gun? I can ask him! I can actually ask the therapist if he has a gun. I know this may sound odd, but, do you have a gun? Right, Tim? I want to play something, but my body is beat. Maybe you should play Beat Saber. If your body is beat, you should play a rhythm game. Because you're already ready. You're like... I don't know. His bushy eyebrows freeze up in midair. The rest of him seems to lock up as well. Maybe a board game? Yes, board games are good. Last of Us? Sounds cool.
I can imagine a million reasons you might ask me that question. None of them good.
I was wondering if you're prepared. This area can be dangerous.
Dangerous? I strongly disagree. It's one of the most peaceful places I've ever lived.
A man was just shot here the other day. Greetings, Dennis. I'm just realizing you are also name-checked in Monty Python. Do the nerds like to joke with you about that? I didn't know you were cold, Dennis. We didn't bother to find out, did you? I assume that's what Tim is referencing. I'm 37. What? I'm 37. I'm not old. Well, I can't just say man, can I? You could say Dennis. I didn't know you were cold, Dennis. You didn't bother to find out, did you? Dangerous. I strongly disagree. It's one of the most peaceful places I've ever lived. If you say so, sir.
I'm still not clear on your intent. Are you planning something problematic?
Just asking you, thought experiment. Doctor, is it illegal, is it immoral to shoot someone if you're in time loop? His eyes puncture yours. 2 neat needles, or bullets, hunting for soft spots. Nothing with permanent side effect. Mr. Harrow, your situation is such that we must take care your actions don't veer into anything that might look concerning.
Which brings us neatly to the next topic. The incident that brought you here in the first place. The sooner we start talking about it, the better.
Yeah, I guess you're right, Knox. I do have extroverted down to 1 dot. It is potentially, I could pass a check, but now there's no checks. Mostly split between Monty Python and South Park. There are some who call me Tim. Whatever.
Mr. Harrow, mental health isn't a side activity. Progress needs commitment, and we'll hardly make any without any effort on your side.
Who decided that everybody needs to be mentally healthy anyway? What is up with these sanity tyrants? That just, oh, everybody's got to be sane. Like, what if you just want to wallow in your fucking psychotic misery? Shouldn't somebody be allowed to do that? Hashtag sanity tyrant.
Now, whatever the reason you asked for a gun, can I have your word you'll do nothing irreversible before we meet again?
He'll never let you go till you promise this. Yes, of course, because person like me who is mentally unstable and want to do something violent would definitely not lie to you. He nods, satisfied, jotting another line in his notebook. Genuine approval, or professional theater. Hard to tell. Did you drink his whiskey from the medicine cabinet? Of course I did. The first chance I got, but then you never get to drink it again, sadly. Whatever the case, you are none the wiser about whether he owns a gun or not. Doctor is a master at reflecting every question back at you and turning it into an examination of your mind. So anyway, do you have a gun or not, Doc? He glances at the clock, as always.
All right, then. That's it for today.
He doesn't have a gun. You know how I know? Everybody who has a gun can't wait to tell you that they have a gun. If the topic comes up, they want you to fucking know. It's almost like being a vegan.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay. I'm just gonna steal your booze, but I really can't because this game hates me. Hates me. Alright, it's a new loop. I get...
Spit it out already!
Did I ever ask Riley if she had a gun? I don't think I ever got a chance to ask her.
Come on, you thief!
So we fix the thing,
Sure.
we make her coffee.
Wow.
I can ask her. Do you by any chance have a gun? I mean, like, who segues like this? We should be talking to her for a few minutes, chit-chatting, developing trust before asking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very frustrating when the whole game is just about talking to people and the protagonist is so much worse at it than I am. For a second, she is frozen, as if you hit the pause button. Then suddenly, she starts patting down her jacket, her pants, fingers darting into every pocket with rising urgency. By any chance, do you possess a machine whose sole purpose is to end the life of another human being? I mean, you could end the life of other mammals as well, I suppose. Maybe even birds. Fingers darting into every pocket with rising urgency.
Oh, no. I must have left it in the locker when I was packing up my stuff at Coral Destiny. Damn.
The shades hide her eyes, leaving you to fill in the blanks. Is that a joke or a serious answer? It's a joke.
Is something wrong with you? Who the hell asks a stranger if they're armed?
If I had the gun, I wouldn't mind anyone asking.
Listen, just drop it, okay?
Whether she has it or not, it seems you won't get her to talk about it. Okay. I think... Oh, I could call the sheriff guy and ask for a list of all weapon owners in Rue Valley, because that seems like something he's going to want to tell me. But what I should do real quick is give Frank's phone back to Robin to charge.
No, I don't need to unplug the modem. Of course I've rebooted it 12 times already.
Cultural misunderstanding? Yeah. See, that's why you use accents when you talk to people. That way, if you say fucked up shit, they think, oh, it must just be because he's from other country. How you say, lay pipe? I know all those fuckers with accents are just faking it. They know how to speak with a perfectly unaccented English. They're just pretending so that they can manipulate us. I'm on to you, foreigners.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hello, Mr. Harris.
The problem with that, it doesn't work the other way around. You can't go to other countries and be like, oh, this really offensive thing I just did. Oh, it's just because I'm an American. It's how we do things in America. Because everybody already loathes and has disdain for America and American practices. So that just makes them more annoyed with you. But it definitely works the reverse way. Like if you come to America, you can be like, oh, I come from different culture. And people will be like, oh, it's okay. He comes from a different culture. He doesn't know. The reverse way. Does the battery level not reset with the time loop? No, because that phone is the only thing that's not in the time loop. Once I found that phone, it didn't, like normally any object I pick up and have in my inventory goes away when the loop resets. But that phone, Frank's phone, is outside of the time loop somehow. So I always keep it even when the loop resets, and its battery goes down, and it doesn't. You know what I mean? Which makes sense because this guy Frank, we saw him drive off on the very first night of the time loop. He was in this parking lot, and he like ran into this power transformer, and he drove off in a tow truck, but he's never been here again. So that guy Frank is somehow outside of the time loop too. So it makes sense that his phone would be. I mean, I don't know in what sense that makes sense, but in a sort of video game logic way, it makes sense. All right, where am I going? K Ranch? K Ranch. Driving a car, driving a car, driving a car, yeah, I'm driving a car. Walking in the rain, walking in the rain, walking in the rain, yeah, I'm walking in the rain. Oh shit, it's already 8:43. As the manor looms in the distance, the uncomfortable feeling starts to pulse, stronger, sharper, visceral. The memory of being shot, the pain you desperately keep shoving away, pushes through your defenses, threatening to overwhelm you. Look, I don't have time for your PTSD. We're in a time loop. You focus on the house to avoid all those thoughts and feelings, but it only gets worse. The building itself seems to mirror your mental state, making it look repulsive and terrifying. No way! I'm going back! Oh, come on. You won't be wrestling with Alex this time. You don't even have to knock on his door. He's listening to the music. There's no risk at all. That's absolutely true, but I'm not going in. Yeah, it's scary, but sooner or later you'll have to go in and confront Alex. The equipment is in his room, after all. Hey, maybe you can use that technique that Dr. Fink showed you to keep panic from swallowing you whole while you enter the house. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe later. That is the Josiah answer right there. I'm not even playing a character at this point. I'm just playing myself. Well, at this moment, it's your only bet. Whatever. I'm out of here. So apparently I have to find some way to deal with my trauma before I can go back to that house. Knox says exactly, their accents are a conspiracy to get everyone's guns into cultural confusion. Exactly.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yes, and I have a question. Actually, I guess I don't.
All right.
The one time I
That's it for
need to
today.
talk to the therapist about something.
You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready.
Let me ask you a question, Doctor. Let's say you were in a time loop, you went into a house, you tried to get the guy's gun, he shot you, you died, then you came back in the time loop, you were very traumatized about getting shot, you needed to go back to his house so that you could search his dad's room for a gun so that you could shoot him, but you're too traumatized to go back into the house where you got shot and killed before in the other time loop. Then what would you do? Just hypothetical. You know you can charge the phone whenever you need it. You left the phone at the reception desk. Yeah. Could Dr. Fink's simple calming technique be turned into a deliberate act of self-confrontation, helping you overcome your fear of setting foot into K Ranch House ever again? Sure. Let's return to the source in front of the ranch house where fear overwhelmed you and prevented you from entering it, and use Dr. Fink's tapping technique not as a shield but as an anchor, allowing you to deliberately step into the heart of the excruciating memory and hopefully overcome your panic. I don't feel like that would work, but what do I know? So I'm still in excruciation echo. I guess.
I'll break you open if I have to.
I wonder how much the phone has charged if you leave it with her through the end of the time loop.
Give me my...
No, I didn't misconfigure the firewall. There's nothing you can do to... Oh, hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
Did I take my phone back? It'd be great if she was like, how the fuck did I get this phone? Why is this phone even here? When did you give me this phone?
Your phone? I don't have your phone. Did you lose it? I can help you find it.
It's on your charger.
Mr. Harrow, I would remember if you gave me your phone.
Okay, so they did it right this time. Good job.
My charger is actually super slow.
What I hear. Takes a glance below the counter.
Oh, wait a minute. There is a phone here. But how do I know it's yours?
The screen is cracked.
Okay, but how did it end up there?
I put it there while you were on the phone.
All right, then. I hope it's charged enough. Here.
Thanks.
Thank you for your trust, sir.
Bye. Okay, so it's still just barely charged. Maybe I should let her charge it some more.
Are you ready to check in now, Mr. Harrow?
Her charger is super slow. So now, if I collect it from her tomorrow or on the next loop, it will have at least had like a full 45 minutes to charge on her super slow charger. Because I don't actually need his phone right now. Because I have my phone.
Spit it out already!
Let's call Cody and ask for a list of all weapon owners in Rue Valley. That sounds like it'll go well. Although Cody's not that smart. Bothwood Sheriff's Department, Deputy Sheriff Cody speaking. How can we help? Deputy Sheriff Cody is caught in a downward spiral of boredom, and your call is just an insignificant interruption in the grand scheme of things. Like, what? Come on, man! You can't segue into it better than this? Like, this is really your play? Can I get the list of all the weapon owners here in Rue Valley?
No can do, sir. Just a month or two ago, the government passed a new set of regulations on gun ownership. We're drowning here in bureaucracy. Hold on just a moment. Who the hell are you?
Oh, nice. Do I want to be John Lawson, Malcolm Scribovitzy, or you be Pursuer? I think I've used all three of these in the past. Okay, this one's the most ridiculous, though, because I'm pretty sure these government things he's making up here are just made up. You be Pursuer, Ministry of Citizen Protection, General Inspector with the Chamber of Armament.
Good day, sir. Good day. My apologies, sir. Better safe than sorry, you know.
See, he's an idiot.
You know what? The list is longer than my arm. You better ask about a particular person, and I'll do the checkup.
I mean, I've already asked most of these people. Alexander K? Pain swells deep in your stomach like a miniature comet has shot through your gut, ripping it apart.
Here we go. Owns a Thunderbolt 44. A mighty gun, that one. Got to admit, I'm always worried Cousin Alex won't shoot somebody accidentally. He's a poor shot, you know, and that firearm of his can kill anyone dead. Now, was there anyone else?
I guess I don't know if Travis and Anita have guns. Travis? No last name! The government is calling and I'm asking about somebody without a last name. Travis? Last name? I need the full name, sir, to check in the database. Anita Lopez.
Well, let's see. It says right here she was the owner of a firearm from 2023. Inheritance from her mother, apparently. Until April 2027, when she surrendered the weapon. The sheriff left a note. Firearm surrendered alongside a single bullet. Got more? Shoot! Ha ha, get it.
I get it. Jason Burt, the dumper. Does he dump lead?
The dumper? That man should be armed. But is he? Dunno. Not a Bothwood citizen. Out of my jurisdiction. The way we're going, you're gonna ask me about the whole valley.
Gideon Fink.
If I was dealing with lunatics every day, I sure would get at least a shotgun or two. But from what I see here, nah, he's not in the register. Can we wrap this up slowly? I got some work to do.
I wouldn't be bothering you if it wasn't important, officer.
Sheriff. Deputy Sheriff. But go ahead and ask.
Walter K. Here, Walter has a registered weapon, an Iron Fang 45. That's a relic right there, straight from 1910. No way that thing still shoots.
Knowing how Cousin Walter treats his weapons, that cannon shoots better than when it came out of the factory.
Alright, Chekhov's gun might actually work.
A lot of names. Gotta say, Mr. Pursuer, sir, this sounds a lot like some kind of unscheduled inspection. The Bothwood Sheriff's Department is right at your service.
Riley Anderson.
Hold on now. Need to enter that into search. Yep, right here. Owns a weapon, double registration to Coral Destiny and her. Model is Cybershot 9000, as far as I can see.
Cybershot 9000? What the fuck is that? I'd like to find her laser pistol.
Oh, hell. There's even more, right?
Benjamin Fleming.
For this, I don't even have to look at the bloody list. Ben's armed, of course. Men in his position should be. Otherwise, he would be a sitting duck. If you know what I mean. He's got a nice little sleek Thunderwood 38. Fits right into a pocket. Shouldn't have got myself into this mess.
Maxine K. also has a Thunderbolt, right? Same as Alex, Thunderbolt 44. Walter got it for both of them as soon as they came of age. Though Maxine shoots far better than Alex. He wouldn't be able to hit a fish in a barrel. Oh, he can hit if you're at point blank range. Gotta tell you, the software is getting a little buggy. Robin Fleming?
Well, let me check. This old documentation is a regular mess. Nope, Robin doesn't have a gun registered to her, though she's at an age where she could own a weapon. But I would say at an age where she should have a piece.
Of course she should.
You know, I got time for a couple more, and after that I have some real police work to do.
I doubt that you do, but that's it, thanks.
You're welcome, I guess.
It's not a gun, it's an AI agent that can shoot guns via API. I mean, wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. The bad news is when it hallucinates bullets. She had a gun, but not anymore. she actually did have a work gun, which is interesting. Maybe it was just like a taser or something. Maxine owns a gun, obviously. Walter owns a functional firearm, even though it's an antique. Let's check it out. Finally. So these people, it seems like maybe they didn't violate Chekhov's gun after all, which will please me.
I'll break you open if I have
Ask
to.
about Cybershot 9000, right? Let's go to the cave. Oh. Oh, I guess I'm gonna go there and try to do the leg tapping thing. Alright, here we are. Time to overcome this feeling, or at least make it bearable enough. Dr. Fink showed you a technique to calm yourself and handle the overwhelming emotions. That should come in handy now. It's pretty legit from what you've heard? Interesting. One way or another, I do what Dr. Fink tells me. You tried it only once, and it helped a little, so his advice does have some value. You should try to apply the technique fully. Commit to it. Go back to the experience you avoid so much. But first, grounding and breathing. I mean, realize that, what is it? It's only been like a couple of loops since I got shot. So, like, in my experiential time, it was like 2 hours ago that this happened. Like, this is very fresh trauma. Stand with both feet on the ground. You check your balance, settling into a stance that feels comfortable even while you stand. Check your breathing. It looks okay so far. Not too fast, not too slow. It feels normal. Listen, you just have to breathe, relax, aim. No, we're not doing that yet. Certainly not too legit. No, I mean, it's well within the acceptable tolerances of legitimacy. Okay, you're ready. Ready as you'll ever be. Start tapping. 1, 2, 1, 2. You slip into rhythm immediately. As you start tapping, you focus on the moment, and the string of emotions and experiences hits you. The failure. How could you fail? You had a plan, an idea, and yet it all collapsed. More precisely, it collapsed through you. Still, something else left a darker, deeper mark, the thing that keeps you from moving on. The helplessness. Lying on the floor, your strength disappearing with every second. You have never felt more helpless in your entire life, and the worst thing was, it lasted forever. It's hard to process, but the lack of utter panic in your stomach tells you it's not the one you're searching for. The fear of what comes next. Yes, the universal fear of the unknown, beyond reason or emotion. You were embraced by the void, and you still don't know what comes next. Yet something else seems to bother you much more, something obvious, something you're still trying not to think about. The pain. Yes, the pain. At first it seized your senses like a giant scorpion, claws locking you in place like helpless prey. I don't think scorpions technically have claws. I think they have pincers. I don't know. Maybe they count as claws. Not really. We don't have Saito here to give us a 20-minute dissertation on scorpion anatomy. You were frozen even before the sting. Then it struck, and you were left at the mercy of its jaws, ready to be torn apart. The sensation rises inside you, threatening to overwhelm you. Rein it in now before it's too late. Tap faster. That'll work. The rhythm accelerates. You lock onto it like a quick metronome, letting the tick help you contain your feelings. You steady yourself, just enough to keep wading through the experience. Tim says, yes, the scorpion's pincers are technically called pedipalps that end in chelae, are often referred to as claws and function like them. I don't like that. I don't like often referred to as. That doesn't really tell me whether or not it's correct or not. One thing I recall Saito talking about is sometimes using a whole bar of soap in a single shower use. That always stuck out in my mind. That's a lot of soap usage. That is a lot of soap usage. Just enough to keep wading through the experience. The pain still had you. Pincers locked. Jaws starting to work. Your body was... I'm sorry, I think you mean pedipalps locked? Jaws starting to work. Your body was helpless, but your mind was desperately trying to cling to something. Anything. You braced for what was coming next. As much as anyone can prepare for the unknown, you were ready to meet whatever came. Or so you thought. Then, at some point, the pain just stopped, but you were still alive. In the strange limbo where everything seemed to make sense, and you were at peace. For some reason, recalling just how peaceful you felt at that moment leaves you uneasy now. Really uneasy. Why would that part make me feel uneasy, though? Let's readjust my balance. While tapping, you notice you've shifted your weight onto one leg. You adjust, leaning into the other side. It helps. You're back, here and now, stable. And with panic held at bay, you start remembering details that you never really acknowledged back then, as if reliving the experience through a different lens. Alex called someone for help. Yeah, the lazy deputy and a sketchy vet. Whether either could have actually helped is another matter entirely. I felt my pulse slowing. The pump of life running out of juice, working with what was left, fighting for you to the end. I heard the sound. Yes, at the very end, as you fell into darkness, a faint but familiar sound entered your consciousness. The rocket launch. Your heart kicks into overdrive. Take deeper breaths. You slow your breathing to match the tapping. Not easy, but you manage. I feel like this is the only game I've ever played that's had a managing a panic attack mini game. You steady yourself, then dive back in. The more you think about it, the more you're sure you heard it as your consciousness faded. Which might mean you didn't really die, that the loop reset pulled you back from the gates of the underworld. And yet you were on the edge, already on your way towards the darkness. So what came first? Comfort of death or the loop that heals all wounds? I died. I know how it felt. Look, there's only one way to test this. I need to go get myself killed, like, way before the loop would end, right? That's what I need to test. For science. For Joe science. I know how it felt. And the loop brought you back from the dead. Focused on this dilemma, you realize you stopped tapping a while ago, and you feel okay. As okay as someone who died and came back can be. The feeling is not gone, but it's pushed aside far enough that you think you can enter the house again. Looks like the whole tapping thing worked. I don't need more inspiration. Get off me with this inspiration. That had a nice shop smart, shop S-smart cadence to it. Nice. All right. You used Dr. Fink's tapping technique while you deliberately relived the excruciation of being shot and confronted the memory of pain on your own terms. The trauma isn't gone, but has been contained, allowing you to enter the house again. Yet, reliving the moment also resurrected a buried detail, the faint sound of a rocket launch at the very edge of death, leaving you to wonder, did the loop pull you back at the last moment, or did it really revive you? But you know you truly died, and the peace you felt at the end was real. You were robbed of that peace, but you've been given another chance to escape the loop and feel it again when the time was right. Have a good night, Tim. Thanks for coming by. Enjoy your the rest of your trip. Oh wait, I'm not going through the front door. All right. Let's go to Walter's room. There it is. If Deputy Cody didn't tell you this is still a functional weapon, you would have thought it only a relic. Take the revolver and examine it up close. You know it's ancient, but the cold steel feels brand new against your skin. It might be due to the perfect craftsmanship or Walter's zealous maintenance. Every part of this weapon is meticulously polished and oiled. The real challenge now will be finding the bullets for it. They could be stashed anywhere in the house, if there are any at all. Okay, this man does not own this gun and not have any bullets. I'll tell you that right now. Check the barrel just in case. You open the barrel, and to your surprise, I don't think that's how that works. And to your surprise, 3 shiny bullets are waiting inside. No tricks, no puzzles, just 3 live rounds and a dead gun. This means you'll have 3 chances to shoot Alex K in one loop. Better make sure you aim straight, because if not, your stomach burns with a vivid reminder of what will happen if you don't. But how will you learn to use the gun with only 3 bullets inside in mere minutes until the loop ends? You do have infinite loops at your disposal, but the mere thought of all the countless times you'd have to run to this place only to fire 3 rounds, there must be another way. That's true. I mean, you found a functioning firearm, Maynard's revolver, several issues though. You don't know how to use it, the revolver is far away from the motel, and it's loaded with only 3 bullets, which is not enough to teach yourself how to shoot, even in a time loop. Yeah. I don't have the gun in my inventory. So I can't just go try it. That's the book about Walter Group you need. Dig in. Start reading the book. First chapters are dedicated to a broader contextual look at the situation. What is Apex Ore? When did the company come to Rue Valley, and why? You skim through it. Next, the author postulates a thesis. The collapse of the K oligarchs and the arrival of incorporated capital in the form of Apex ore produced a paradox of them being perceived as a part of the working people, not the ruling moneyed class. You think that's what it says. Despite the pop form of the book, the text is heavily and unnecessarily academic. The fuck I just read? Irrelevant academic babble. Move on, Mr. Stuck on First Grade Reading Comprehension. After this chapter are several photographs with a disclaimer, courtesy of Rue Valley Cultural and Historical Center. The photograph that stands out shows maybe 24 people wielding twice as many weapons. They are all uniformly dressed in denim shirts, pants, and cowboy hats. Below is the title Walter Group Muster and the names of all the participants, out of which only Walter K. and Milton Canis mean anything to you. Another photo that draws your attention shows Walter and Milton alone. K is holding dynamite sticks in both hands, while Canis is pointing 2 assault rifles toward the sun. Story as old as the stars. People arm themselves and their betters cry in outrage. Arming yourself is one thing, but sporting 2 assault rifles at the same time, that's something else entirely. You might need it if a very large elk is running towards you with hostile intent. You need it for hunting. 2 of them, I mean. What if two very large elks are running at you from slightly different directions? 1 assault rifle won't save you. The author then details how the last scion of the K family, Walter, developed a populist ideology claiming that gold reserves discovered by Apex ore belonged to the people, quote unquote. Walter Group unified around those ideas and started preaching nationalization of all subsurface resources. The group was led by Milton Canis, close friend and relative of Walter K., and the direct descendant of none other than Clayton Bronco Canis. However, the author challenges the group's definition of the people, concluding via K's unpublished manifesto and numerous interviews that the people refers solely to Walter and his inner circle. Whether K concealed this hierarchy deliberately or genuinely believed his kin's rule was righteous remains ambiguous. What a crock of shit. With the group's support and voter coercion, Walter K. ran for mayor in the 1985 election and lost to the incumbent Mayor William Thatcher. After the lost election, historiographical data, supported by the author's interviews with eyewitnesses of those days, reveals that the Walter Group planned a hostile takeover of local power. Then new free elections would be called in hopes of legitimizing their position. This bushfire was stopped by the state with the aid of corporate capital. In March 1985, a new gun law was passed requiring the handover of all military-grade weapons. Is it okay that my head hurts from just reading this? Yes, you're learning and activating defunct brain muscles, and that's always painful. Good old brain muscles. Brussels, as they call them. If you really want those to develop, you've got to eat Brussels sprouts. Great! Keep on hurting yourself. The Armaments Law of '85 effectively led to the disintegration of the Walter Group before they set fire to the bush. Mayor Thatcher managed to secure the loyalty of former group members with highly paid positions within his administration, while others were arrested on real or trumped-up charges. The remainder of the group followed Walter K. and established a political movement named For Our Children. Walter K. proclaimed the new movement, as well as his new mayoral candidacy, during the opening ceremony of the newly renovated K family burial grounds, including the statue of the founder, Maynard O.K. That guy was A-OK. Actually, he was M-OK. The symbolism is clear, albeit on the nose. Part of Kay's speech is crucial to the author's analysis. Designated a historical site in the 1960s, this crypt became a fortress of legacy, one we've fortified with new sarcophagi crafted with the precision of artisans and the reverence of those entrusted with eternity. Let its sanctity, shielded by law, remind all who doubt some foundations are unassailable. Okay, all right. Maynard's crypt in the graveyard that you could interact with, but there was no reason to. Chekhov's crypt. That's where the hidden armory is, guys. His speech is charged with the same grassroots idea that has driven him from the start. Only now it's formalized into a party ideology. It's almost on the verge of blood and soil ideology, but the blood aspect is focused on his own family, not the group as a whole. This block of analytical insight is interrupted by a series of photographs added to this edition by Bothwood's Cultural and Historical Center. Walter next to his sarcophagus. Right there, that's where the shit is. Grim determination is set in the entirety of Walter's body, like he's saying, here I am now, here I will be for all eternity. Walter next to Maynard's statue. Unlike Walter on the book's cover, he's clean-shaven and wearing a full suit, though cowboy style. His brows are furrowed, his eyes full of steely focus. Best kind of focus. Maynard's statue gleams with the sun in the background. It was so polished during the renovation. That's before somebody broke the dick off of it. Walter gives a speech. Both fists raised to the skies, mouth in a snarl, while he proclaims Rue Valley belongs to the people. And by the people, he means his family who just came here a couple of generations ago. Picture of Walter and, you presume, his wife and children. Walter is holding both Alex and Maxine on his shoulders, his wife's hand in his own. You suppose this photo is meant to show Walter as the family man. A picture of Walter and For Our Children founding members. Unlike the bearded, rugged bunch from the cover of this booklet, you see men and women both in smart, ironed suits. Directed or not, most of them are looking at Walter, who is staring at Maynard's statue. Keep reading. While the pseudo-grassroots militant movement was transforming itself into a political party, the state, supported by corporate capital, did not sit idly by. I gotta drink some of this beverage. Milton Keynes, now an assistant chief of police, acted on Mayor Thatcher's orders and conducted a search of all former Walter Group members, hoping to find any non-forfeited weapons. As a precaution, or an additional insult, Keynes organized the searches while Kay and his supporters were attending the family burial grounds opening. Of course, no weapons were uncovered during the search, but it severed all connections between Walter and Milton, which might have been the intended goal. In return, Kay used the search in a public relations spin and won many new voters for his movement. This booklet wasn't very helpful. Those weapons could still be anywhere. No, check the fucking grave. Check the crypt. The sarcophagus thing. You have to follow the chain of events. Let's boil it down to simple events without the clutter of context and meaning. All right, hit me with the idiot paint. Walter Group is armed to the teeth. The new law is passed. The weapons are gone. K family burial grounds are renovated. New movement is declared. Dumbest choice activated. I know! Walter hired Madame Lorraine to obscure the weapon stockpile from the mundane world. The world is a much more beautiful place in your mind, isn't it? This feels like something I would say to Knox. But no, even if Madame's powers were real, the solution must be much, much simpler. I know. No. So they buried the weapons under the law court? And no one noticed? Highly unlikely, but you might be onto something with that buried part. Better make sure I'm right. To the graveyard. Yeah. Okay. I figured this out a long time ago. You've discovered that Walter's sarcophagus might hold a hidden cache of weapons. Do check. Oh, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check so much it's like I'm the Republic. Well, I don't have much time left, so let's fuck around with this guy.
Pops, what's the password for today?
Just open up.
Hands up!
Wasn't much time for it to do anything here. I want to tell this guy, listen, guy. You're interrupted by a familiar sound followed by streaks of red light tearing through the small openings in an otherwise very secure house. I want to tell this guy, listen, I'm already going through a huge amount of effort to plan this whole thing where I shoot you dead. Could we just skip all that and just have you not shoot me and I don't shoot you and... I mean, what about just going to him and telling him the truth? Listen, I'm on a time loop. You already shot and
Still
killed
with me,
me
Mr.
once.
Harrow?
And I have a question. No, I lied. I don't have a...
All right, then. You should go in.
I gotta go to the graveyard. You'll get it one day, Riley. Go to the graveyard. Driving a car, driving a car, driving a car, yeah, I'm driving a car. Okay. That wasn't the actual driving a car song, that was a cover of the driving a car song, which is why it was so bad. Alright. Here's the sarcophagus in question, but I'm gonna look at this dude's statue again real quick first. Okay, there's nothing with his statue, but this is where it has to be. But I don't have a shovel or anything, so... Walter's grave still green with hunger for his body turned cadaver. You're sure that Walter hid the weapon cache in his grave, but the sarcophagus looks sealed. Take a closer look at the sarcophagus. Remarkable craftsmanship, even after 40-something years of exposure to desert sun and sand. Then your eyes fall on two side handles. One of them already seems turned. Pull the other handle. Grime and dust have almost caked the handle shut, but with another push it cracks open. Push the lid. You've revealed a cornucopia of death and destruction. Rifles, pistols, revolvers, some weapons you don't even know the names of, ammo clips, dynamite sticks, detonators, bulletproof vests, helmets, enough weapons to arm an army. Ooh, bulletproof vest, that'd be helpful. Surprisingly, most of the weapons seem to be in decent enough condition. You see few traces of rust. If I had this on when Alex shot me, Look at one of the armored vests. Like a wounded animal, your mind instantly recoils from that thought. You're not ready to dwell on that pain. Not yet, at least. Best you get a firearm. Why would anybody wear a helmet these days? It can't stop a bullet, can it? Take one of the helmets. No, it can't, but you wouldn't want to be under artillery bombardment without one. Otherwise, a simple minuscule rock could turn your brains into porridge without one. Porridge! Not time for porridge, but I will take a drink. But since Alex doesn't command a battery of large caliber guns, best leave that be and get yourself a weapon. How about these dynamite sticks? Who knows, maybe the Walter Group planned to unleash a wave of terror bombings. Or they really like chucking the sticks into the desert and watching the big booms. Anyhow, you need to find yourself a weapon that you can use more than once. Pick up one of the rifles. From your vast movie experience, you judge it to be a military-grade semi-automatic rifle. Of course, that's probably bullshit. You have no idea what it is. Even worse, you don't even know how to hold it properly. How about you pick something more beginner-friendly? Grab a pistol. That's more like it. To your layman's eyes, this seems like a 9mm pistol, standard movie issue. Not in ideal conditions, but it won't blow your hands off, you think. Luckily, there's plenty of ammo clips around. Guess it's practice time. The pistol feels wrong in your hands and very different from Maynard's revolver. Yay. Do the gangsta horizontal pistol thing. At the same time, you feel powerful and ridiculous. You're not sure if your imaginary victims would flee or laugh at you. And then there's the minor issue of aiming. Your brain is quickly trying to rewire your hand-eye coordination and recalculate a trajectory without any aid. At least you can hold the weapon somewhat competently. Still, you know little or less about actually shooting with it. Practice makes perfect, I guess. Lucky for you, this location is ideal for target practice. There's not a living soul around and you're far away from any prying ears. What will you shoot at? You'll need to improvise a shooting range with some targets. I mean, we've got a perfectly good statue to shoot at right here. A lot of graveyard paraphernalia around, candle holders, pots, a bunch of garbage lying around, targets, weeds, sticks, and stones. You know, the gravestones are all around me, and there's no need to set them up. And why not? The loop will reset the damage done anyway. Reckless! Empty the whole ammo clip as fast as possible. I didn't hit shit. The recoil is much stronger than you anticipated. The pistol reels in your arms like a venomous snake, and it almost jerks out of your hands. All that flying lead, and the only thing you've achieved is to chip a chunk from one gravestone. Quantity is a quality of its own. That's why machine guns were invented. But besides everything else, you're missing the point. Shitty job so far. Seems like you'll have to practice and practice and practice. Next time, don't roleplay as a machine gunner. Simply fire one bullet at a time. Maybe the first time was that bad because of the stance you've assumed. Yeah, sharpshooters stand like that for a reason. Alright, let's do this again. Shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot again. Miss after miss after miss. It's even worse than the first time. Despite even their size, all the gravestones are whole. It will take even longer than you hoped for. Only a montage can save me now. That's pretty funny. I need to take my screenshot of that and link it in our Discord for Tim. Only a montage can save me now. If the loop didn't reset everything, by now you would be surrounded by a mountain of shell cases. Let's see what you've learned. Fire at the targets. Alright, you've come a long way. You feel like the pistol is an extension of your hand, but deep down a worm gnaws at you. You're sure it's false self-confidence coming from the dopamine hit of success. Hooks of realization sink deep into your mind. You've trained yourself to shoot another human being, to cause pain as terrible as you've suffered, maybe even death. But are you truly ready to do that? Is it normal that I'm freaking out a little bit? Perfectly normal. It's a stress-soaked cocktail of performance anxiety, knowledge that your actions will cause harm, and the uncertainty of whether the message will really be worth it. You can only hope that it is. Yet whatever reason you tell yourself is the driving force behind this, you'll have to live with the experience. Time loop resets everything around you, but it won't erase the memory of you shooting or even killing a living, breathing person. And here's the worst part. If you don't find the way out of the loop, you'll be stuck with that forever, shooting him for nothing. Again, are you truly ready to do that? No, but I don't have a choice. Because the game won't let me do the million other logical things that you could do. I literally don't have a choice. Off you go now. The sooner this is done, the better. Okay, am I at Maynard's house? Here you are. Your entire body is covered in goosebumps in anticipation of the inevitable. What you plan to do is horrible, but you know you never ever want to experience that pain again, and you'll do whatever you must to prevent it from happening. Knock on Alex's door and aim your weapon. I feel kind of railroaded into this.
Pops?
Like there wasn't really any other options. At first, when you first start playing this game, it feels like there's a lot of options, a lot of places you can go, people you can talk to, different ideas you can activate in your mind map and try things out. And at some point, it feels like it just becomes basically linear. Like there's just one next thing to do, and you're kind of forced to do whatever. I mean, did I miss something? I don't feel like I missed something. You passed out? Wow, have you eaten? Have you had dinner yet? Your hands tremble, the seconds are years.
What's the password for today?
Wait in silence, he'll open the door anyhow. Dozens of lock clicks tell you, Alex is coming, any moment now. This is it. Shoot him now. Oh, if I was reckless, I couldn't do it? Or no, if I was not reckless, I could do any of this stuff. But since I'm reckless, all I can do is fire all 3 bullets. Holy shit. Actually shot him. One last shot. Shoot Alex K. Achievement unlocked. You did eat earlier, made some pasta? Nice. Pasta sounds good. Not a sound is coming from the room. You expected shrieks of pain or barely uttered groans, yet there's nothing. Go into the room, see what's happening. His body is prostrate on the floor, as still as a stone. Feel his pulse. There's nothing. Alexander K. is dead. You've killed a man. He will respond, you know it, same as you have, but you will have to make peace with the fact that you killed another human being. I didn't kill him, at least not permanently. Yes, the loop will put him back together, scrubbed clean of memory of this event, but you've lost a piece of yourself, and that won't reset. The moment has passed, but it will stay with you, loop after loop, for as long as it wants or needs. There's no time to gnaw on that thought now, though. You'll have to shelve it and focus on the signal. Otherwise, you'll be a cold-blooded murderer for naught. The fucked up thing here is I only have 8 minutes, which means if I can't find all the information I need in 8 minutes, I'll have to come back and shoot this guy again tomorrow and the next day. And he does have all the stuff up on his board connected by strings. Alright, well, we made it into Alex's room after gunning him down in cold blood. So... oh, I can't even access my mind map right now. Eugene Harrow, murderer. How does that feel? I mean... if he was going to be permanently dead, I would feel bad, but... need to make some coffee first? You're going to play this? Oh, you should stream. Save the game. Because my stream is coming to an end. We'll find out what can be learned from Alex's equipment in our next episode. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Rue Valley.